I got into a few interesting hands. I'll talk about the one that turned into the ace-king versus aces debacle versus Chris Moorman, the nit. No, I wish Chris was here because I want to talk about it with him. So I don't always 3-bet with ace-kings. I think a lot of times I want to flat with ace-king because I want to keep in my opponent's weaker aces and weaker kings. And if you 3-bet against certain players, they fold out a lot of hands that you have dominated, and you want to keep those in. But in this particular spot, I was out of position against Chris, and then there was another caller, and there was a limper. And I was kind of like, man, if I play this, if I call here, the guy in seat number 5, Will, was going to call. And then we already had a player, the gentleman right here was calling, and it was like, okay, I'm going to see this hand 4 ways, ace-king offsuit out of position. Just a hand that's not going to really play well multi-way out of position. So I thought, okay, there's 100 and some odd pounds in the pot. Good spot for me to pick it up. It looks like a squeeze, and at the same, it looks like a squeeze, number 1, and number 2, I have the goods. So I decided to 3-bet. My 3-bet's a little bit larger than it normally would be because there was a limper and Moorman made it 45 pounds, and there was a caller. So while my 3-bet sizing might have normally been closer to 110 pounds, because I'm out of position and there's a caller and then a limper, I made it 185 pounds. The limper folds, goes over to Chris Moorman, and Moorman makes it 400 pounds. Which is really kind of, it's definitely a red flag because it's, what's he trying to accomplish here? It certainly appears like he doesn't want me to fold. But it's Chris Moorman. I mean, this is one of the most successful players in the history of online poker and poker in general. So he knows what messages he's trying to tell, so I have to be aware of that. I feel like folding is probably too weak. It's 215 pounds back to me. I'm getting a nice price. I've got ace-king. And if I fold here, it's just far too exploitable. But I also feel like if I call, I'm playing the hand out of position, and how many flops am I going to like? And if I don't like the flop, what am I doing now? The stack sizes were somewhat awkward because we're not that deep in this game. I mean, nobody bought in for that much. Normally in a 5-10 game, you might buy in for 2,000 or 3,000, but in this game, most of the stacks were in the 1,500 range or less. At this particular point, I think I had about 1,300 pounds. He had me covered. So we're playing like 130 big blinds effective. Anyway, so I decided, I mean, like I said, this is a hand that I don't always 3-bet, but in this particular spot, I thought I had to. So I decided to 3-bet. He 4-bets to 400. It comes back over to me, and I'm like, do I call, and do I, and it's going back and forth, and I just felt like it's too good a hand to 3-bet fold. He's giving me good to price, and I'm going to get outplayed by the great Chris Moorman too often. So I decided to shove, hope either A, he's bluffing, or B, he's got a pocket pair. Maybe we're flipping. Unfortunately, he had aces, and it was about as dry a board as it could be. So I don't know. Like I said, I hate dunking off 125, 130 big blinds with ace-king, but if I'm not being results-oriented, I don't know if it's a terrible play. I'll talk to my friends about it, and we'll kind of get some feedback and see. I think it's probably okay, but never feels great. More importantly, I want to talk about my Matthew Barzal jersey, okay? Matthew Barzal, the hottest thing in the NHL since sliced bread, okay? The guy's amazing. I don't want to hear about your hockey player, and I know you don't care about hockey, but I do. And Matthew Barzal is amazing.